Welcome to the Blackburn End podcast match review as Rovers show great character to steal a point off Norwich away at Carrow Road. Beautiful day for football, both in their iconic kits, which were absolutely gleaming in the sun. And after Rovers took the lead, it ended up with us chasing the game at the end. And as one hero left us, one of our new ones saved the day. So let's get into it with the starting 11, where it was unchanged from that Derby win on the opening day, with Pears in goal, Britton on right back, Pickering on left, Carter and Heim in the centre, Tronstad and Travis in that centre mid, with Travis keeping the armband, JRC on the right wing, Hedges on the left, with Dolan in the hole and Gay up top. Not what I was expecting. I expected to have a couple of changes after midweek because some of these players did get minutes, but we haven't really got the depth to be able to do that. So it was good enough. I was a bit surprised to keep JRC on that right wing because I didn't really think he was that effective there, but Eustace obviously trusted them and kept that starting lineup with Dolan and Hedges, I think, making their 150th appearance for the club, which is fantastic. Getting into the game, Norwich had a little bit of the start and then we came into it. I thought at times some of our play was really crisp, passing it around. Then Norwich coming back into it, I was getting a bit concerned, especially from the set pieces, because the set pieces that they had just continued to cause carnage for us. Sargent, he ended up absolutely smashing the ball against the bar, and I thought, oh, this is going to be a tough day for us. But we go at the other end, Gay with a lovely little layoff to Hedges, and everyone knows my thoughts on Ryan Hedges. I think he's a brilliant player for us. If he can stay fit, I think he's massively important, and a nice dink over the keeper. He loves scoring these sexy goals for us, and it seems to be a bit of a theme that we're scoring these dink goals, but it was a great goal. But Norwich came back into it again and started to pressure. I thought Pears did quite well, a couple of punches from deep crosses. He made a great save over into the far corner, and he seemed to be keeping us in that game. And we had a couple of chances ourselves going forward, but it seemed to be that it was a little bit more Norwich, if I'm being honest. And then Pears does Pears things, and he was put under a little more pressure at the back, and we were playing it quite well at the back at the time, but he just gave it away. And the point blank effort that came in, Tronstad's come straight across, blocked it beautifully, but I think he's absolutely, he's taken Pears out as well. It looks like Pears broke his nose, but we're going at half time 1-0. I don't think we necessarily deserved it. It was great. I was loving it. We did have moments in the first half where we looked quite good, but ultimately I think it was more of a factor that Norwich just couldn't get themselves going themselves. And we was all pretty chuffed in that first half. I thought the performance was good enough to not be embarrassed or anything, but I just think Norwich were the slightly better side. But second half, let's be honest, it was all Norwich. They really came into it. Sargent gets his goal after some pretty sloppy play from Britton. It's out of character for Britton in my view. He cut inside. There was no real need. He had a safe ball that he could have played, and one pass later, and it's a thumping finish into the near corner. It was frustrating. It really was. I looked at that goal and I just thought we'd kept them at bay. It looked like we were in control of the ball at that point, and then just to give them a goal, it was quite frustrating. But you could tell we were getting tired. You could tell that we needed that depth, and this was the kind of game where we needed someone to be able to come off the bench and keep it fresh. We'd already made the subs now, and and then we concede another, pretty poor again defensively. It just was rolled across the box and put in, and I think we was all expecting then for the game just to peter out. But we came back into it. Like I said, the subs had come on. We were seeing Ohashi and Vyman. They seemed to be coming more into the game. Ohashi was doing Ohashi things with his energy, and we started to get a couple of chances. And I think the game changed for us again when Buckley and Sigurdsson came on. Now, I've been with Sigurdsson, I've been one of his biggest critics. I want more from him, but actually when he came on, I thought he showed some energy, he showed some nice little passes, and he got the ball across. And Buckley carried on from his midweek performance, but it was the other sub, it was Ohashi, absolute legend already. 3 games, 3 goals. He scored another header. And it came from Britain's cross, so he made up for it with that header, with that cross, and Ohashi gets the goal. It was unexpected to me. I just thought we was all going to peter out. There was only going to be one winner. I know that a couple of people have tweeted saying there was only going to be one winner, but it just shows that character that we could go and steal the game, and that's what we did. It's a point, I would say, that we've won, and I think the lads should be completely, really chuffed with themselves. Looking at the performance of the lads as individuals, I think quite a few of them will probably look and be a bit disappointed with themselves. I thought Pears was actually relatively solid, except for his little indiscretion with the pass. Britton, same. I thought he was solid, except for his dodgy pass. Carter and Hyam, I do worry when Hyam's passing it around at the back, but generally I thought they weren't too bad. Pickering, like we said, he's a very solid player. Travis was a little bit quieter today as far as going forward, but you could tell he was really getting the players going, and maybe he was what we were missing at the end of the season, getting people rolled up, and he showed leadership today. I was very chuffed with his performance. I thought Gay, Hedges, Dolan, that they all look quite tired. Dolan, for me, he just needs to work on his pace. I think if he can start getting a bit more pace, I think he can start affecting the game more, because he did start to do quite a few little dances here or there that I wasn't happy about. But generally I was quite happy. John Eustace, let's talk about his performance. The subs came at the right time again. Maybe they needed to come a little bit earlier because of tiredness, but generally I thought he did quite well. I was happy enough with the formation, and ultimately we got the draw, so I'm happy with the result. There was a lot of talk about how us going to Carrow Road, it's a nice hunting ground for us. I hate talk like that because you just never know, but we went there, we got the point, so 2-2 it does finish. And it does feel like it was that point game more than anything. If we can show this grit and determination throughout the year, as well as adding some new faces, I think we will have a solid year in the Championship. There's rumours apparently that Dembele is about to sign. We've got 2 or 3 others looking to sign, and apparently they are of quality. So hopefully they come in, they hit the ground running. We've already got Gay doing the Gay things. We've already got Ohashi doing Ohashi things. But we'll break it all down. And we'll break it down in the pod, which is out on Tuesday. So make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you then, and have a good weekend.